So, I just found out that Chester Bennington of Linkin Park committed suicide. Kind of in a state of shock. I know I'm not the only one. Gosh. I really feel for his family, I do. You know, and I know there are people out there who say, oh, how selfish, to kill yourself, and how selfish can you be to put your family through that. And speaking from kind of experience with me, with my depression and my anxiety, I really don't like it when people do that. You just reach a point when you're just so low and you just don't see a way out, and you just think everybody would be better off if you weren't around. You view yourself as being the problem. So I can't imagine what he was going through. Those final moments. But I'm rambling, but I know like Mike Shinoda said that he was shocked to hear the news, and I know they had tour dates lined up and stuff, but the thing is, when you get down like that, you don't want people to know. You don't want people to know, that that you're unhappy, that you don't feel good internally. Because I think a large part is because there's still such a huge stigma against mental illness, and it's so stupid. It's so stupid that people are like, oh, make yourself better. Why are you sad? Why do you be sad about it? You don't choose to be this way. I mean, nobody chooses to be mentally ill. Nobody chooses to have the depression and the anxiety, and it's a chemical imbalance in your brain, and it gets to you when people say things like, oh, you just need to make yourself better, oh, just get over, oh, this, and it's just, so you just people really, it's really hard for people to understand, so you just bottle it all up and you pretend, you act like everything's okay. You put on a smile and you say everything's fine and people believe you, and again, I'm speaking from experience. I do this all the time. All the time people are, are you doing okay? Yeah, I'm fine. And in reality, I'm, miserable. It's so hard. It's so hard to kind of to vocalize it, really, to try to explain it when you have a mental illness. And it's so hard. And I just kind of, one of the things that I want to just say is, if you are having problems, or if you don't be afraid to go up to someone. If you feel like you can't get help with your family or something, go to someone who can help you. Go to a teacher, or call a hotline and just say, I need help. Don't be afraid to ask for help. And don't. Even if you ask for help and you're rebuffed, try again. Try to get someone's attention. I remember for years when I was in middle school and stuff, I knew something was wrong. And I went to my parents. I'm like, I need help. And I can't even tell you how many times I told them that I needed help. I remember one time crying, and I was on my hands and knees, and I begged my mom, I was like, please, take me somewhere to get me help. And she didn't do it. They didn't do it. It was always, oh, well, you'll be fine. You can handle it. You'll be fine. You'll be fine. You know, you just get like this every once in a while. You'll be fine. And so I didn't get help. And it didn't help any that I had family members telling me, oh, well, you made yourself sick, you can make yourself better. Or I would have people say, oh, well, people with mental illness just need, a swift kick in the pants, or it was just a discipline problem, parents need to discipline their kids. I even remember when I was in college, my senior year of college, I actually went, filled out a form to go to to get help on campus, and was basically turned away. And I should have been more persistent, but I wasn't. I was more or less just stubborn and not getting help, which is stupid. Get help. Get help. Say to someone, I need help. And if they ignore you, go to someone else and go, I need help. Tell your parents, if they don't listen, tell any other family members. Tell, your clergymen, school counselors, a trusted family friend. Tell somebody, I need help, and get help. Because I know for me, I got down a really, really dark path. Really dark. And it's been hard. It's been really hard. I've been on medication and in therapy now for close to 4 years, I think. And there are still times when I'm like, is it worth it? Is it not worth it? And there are days when I'm just like, okay, there are days when I'm just like, okay, I only have, only so many more days till I get to see my therapist. Only have so and so more days till I get to, I have to, there are days I have to count those down and be like, okay, I have, just another week and then I can go to therapy. Just hang on another week and then we can talk about it. Hang on another week. And I know this is just a huge ramble, but when I read about Chester Bennington, it's just people really need to be more understanding, and they need to realize that nobody chooses to be mentally ill. I don't choose to have depression. I don't choose to have anxiety. I don't choose to have autism spectrum disorder. I didn't choose that. And people shouldn't be made to feel ashamed for something that they can't help. I can't help the way that I am. I wish I could. I wish I wasn't like this. But I am like this. And all I can do is try my best at getting better. And I know this is I'm just rambling, but if you need help, get help. And and I'm gonna say this, it doesn't happen. Even when you do get help, it doesn't help right away. It really doesn't. It takes time. It takes time for medication to work or be adjusted, or for, therapy sessions and stuff. It takes time, and it really helps if you have, support. Just get help. Because a lot of times people are like, "Oh, I'm so shocked this thing happened," but you have to understand something. If you know someone, or you think you know, or like if you know someone who you think is depressed, and you ask them and they're like, "Oh, I'm fine," know that chances are they're probably lying if they're depressed. That's just what you do. You don't want to burden other people with your problems. You feel you're a burden enough as it is. Why, make it even worse by unloading all your problems on somebody else? You don't want to do that. You don't want to do that. But just don't be afraid to go, "I need help." Don't be afraid to say, "I need help." And don't be afraid to get help. Don't be ashamed to ask for help. Don't be ashamed to get help. Don't be ashamed of being sick with something you have no control over. Don't be ashamed. Mental illness is a problem that affects millions of people. Millions of people are sick with a chemical imbalance in the brain. You can't help it. Nobody can help that. So don't afraid to get help. Don't afraid to say, "I need help." And don't afraid to don't be afraid of what people will think. Don't be afraid of what people will say. Don't be afraid of their ignorance and their and their stupidity, really, or their prejudice. Don't be afraid. Get help. Know that you're not alone. You're not alone. You're sick, but you're not the only one, and you're not alone. And there's nothing to be ashamed of. So get help. Say, "I need help," if you need it. And just know that that you're not alone. You're not alone. You're not alone.